Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. So we continue our reflection on the weekday readings. So as I mentioned yesterday, kahapon binanggit ko po ang ating pagninilay. This is the second week on the prophet Jeremiah. Will end tomorrow, Thursday. And again, just like yesterday, it focuses on the positive side. Bakit sinasabi natin positive side? Because this is what you call chapters 30, and what you heard is from chapter 31. This is the part where God consoles His people. Where God consoles His people. So yung mga nakaraan, yung mga kasalanan ng Israel, binabanggit ni Prophet Jeremiah. They were rebellious. They would not listen to the God who saved them in the past. They would just go on their way worshiping idols. Idols that were dead, idols that could do nothing for them. And yet, itong masasabi natin, this we can be sure, God's love is always everlasting. And so, the prophet Jeremiah once again assures the Israelites, in spite of the evil deeds, their rebelliousness, yung ginawa lang pagtalikod sa Diyos, hindi pa rin sila pababayaan ng Diyos. So, Jeremiah said, focus on this merciful, compassionate, loving God who tells you, you shall be my people, and I will be your God. We heard that yesterday, and we hear it again in the first reading. You shall be my people, and I will be your God. The same message is given to us after more than 2,000 years. We are God's people, and He is our God. So we are asked to keep our focus. Many things can distract us. The pains that we experience each day, the problems that we meet, the crisis that sometimes would come into our life, and yet we are asked to keep our focus, just as what Jeremiah did in carrying out his mission, being focused on the God who sent him to speak His word. In the gospel, again, we heard the story about a Canaanite, isang taong kinamumuhihan ng yung mga Canaanites. They were considered pagans. They were hated, as it were, by the Jews. And yet, we see that this Canaanite, this foreigner, when you consider the Jews, gives us an example of a hopeful and a humble faith. This poor woman gives us an example of a hopeful and humble faith. So, 3 times she was rejected, 3 beses. Parang siya ay hindi pinansin ng Panginoon. No? Iba, hindi siya pinansin ng Panginoon. So, at first, she was pleading. Jesus did not mind her, and then the apostles were even advising Jesus, send her away because she keeps calling out after us. Anong sabi niya? Anong sabi ni Jesus? I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Tapos, and then pangatlo, it's not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs. But that did not discourage her. She kept her focus on Jesus, whom he knew could help her. So, matindi ang kanyang pananampalataya, pagtiwala kay Jesus. Kaya naman, pinagbigyan ni Jesus, binigay ang kanyang kahilingan. She was asking Jesus to free her daughter who was tormented by a demon. And yet, in the end, what did Jesus say? O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And her daughter was healed from that hour. So we are asked to always have a hopeful and a humble faith. When we encounter Jesus in prayer in many ways, let that be our disposition, that we may continue to be blessed by the Lord. Amen.